in this video, I'm going to hit 3 topics. First off, what exactly is Notion? Number 2, how I'm using it as an issue tracker and how it can be used as an issue tracker. And then 3, effectively using sorts and filters. So one of the main reasons I like using Notion is because of how easy it is to create sorts and filters. First off, let's talk about what Notion actually is, just in case you've never heard of it and you just stumbled upon because you're Googling and you're like, I've heard about this on several podcasts or whatever, which is how I found Notion. So what exactly is it? Notion brands itself as an all-in-one workspace. And what that really means is basically Notion wants to be where you keep your notes, where you make your plans, all that kind of stuff. It's also used as a major tool for teams. And it's a web app, so you can go to notion.so, which is the link to get there, and then start plugging away. And it's basically used to create wiki-style documents. It's a web app, but it does have native app support as well. So you get iOS, I know for sure it has an iOS app, iPadOS app. There's a Mac client and a Windows client as well. I'm pretty sure there's an Android app. I can't say for certain that there is though, just because I don't deal with Android. YouTube video, and what's really nice, because like I said, it can create wiki style documents. You can add links to other Notion documents, photos, websites as well. You can even embed YouTube videos if you wanted to, which is, I mean, it makes it a perfect tool for note taking, and that kind of thing. Cool. So here's the Notion website. Like I said, they build it as an all-in-one workspace. You can customize these pages exactly what you want to, all that kind of stuff. So here is my iHog workspace. This is kind of what I use for developing iHog, which I've been doing on my Twitch stream, mainly Tuesday, Thursdays at like 6:45 a.m. CST. I just chunk an hour there. So twitch.tv/Megan Wilson _ So go find me, drop me a follow. That'd be really awesome. But this is basically how I've been using iHog. So like I have my GitHub repo here. I have my current releases, previous releases listed, my next release, what the X means, if it's in test flight or not, so if it's gone to beta or not, frequently asked questions that I get, that way I can just go and copy and paste. If I ran into issues or if people ran into issues. And then like I was saying, you can share this on the internet at this point. So I could hit share right now, and then share to web, I hit the little button here, and now it's allowing me to share it to the web. I don't need to duplicate as template. And then if I was on the upgraded plan, which I might at some point, we can also allow search engine indexing so that Google and places like that can go and pick them up. But now that I have the copy link, I can go and share that with whoever I wanted, and whoever has the link can come and find it now. It just makes it a little bit easier to get it also makes it a little bit easier to make a website just up and going if you just need a bunch of text, or just, and some embeds here. You can do that pretty easily. You can also drop photos in. So if I wanted to go get the document, so I'm going to go get the new iHog logo here. There we go. We'll just grab this one here. So I can just drag it in, and now it's here. And it's like in line and all that good stuff. This is just an emoji at the top, which is pretty nifty. So we can just upload an image here. 280 by 280. I probably have something like that, I would imagine, inside iHog. If it doesn't match its size, it's totally fine. We have iHog here. We've done this. It's great. So now on to like the issue tracking, which is what I said was really cool and really nifty to do. So before Notion, I was using GitHub. So if we Command T here and go to GitHub and go to my repo, we can see all these issues in here. And the real issue that I was running into with GitHub is everything would have to be organized with a label. So like you'd have label, 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 and just keep going. Like for me, like it's a bug, but it affects show objects. But what device does it affect on and all that kind of stuff? Like I was having a real issue like grasping with how GitHub could really organize that for me. But I just want to explain like a little bit more of why. So I already said GitHub, I didn't really like how it organized. There wasn't much organization besides labels. With Notion, you can add as many columns as you want to in here. So I can just keep hitting the plus and keep getting more columns if I wanted to in here. So what I've kind of set up is my issue number that corresponds to the issue in GitHub. The type, so whether it's a feature, a bug, a request. That way, if it's been a user request, I know that it's coming from my users, all that kind of stuff. My app component, so where inside the app or where inside my code do I need to go and look and try to change. So third party, I kind of just added in because that's like third party game controller support, open sound control, programming, playback, UI, that kind of stuff. And then my progress is to do in progress, like, so what I'm currently working on, what needs to be done, what's done, priorities, releases, so what release, or if you were thinking about GitHub issues, what milestone are you thinking about, the link to the GitHub issue itself, and then who it was found by. So was it found by a user? Was it found by me? That kind of stuff. Now, why this is pretty nifty is because then you can create views to go on this issue tracking. So if I wanted to go to like a Kanban, like, if I wanted to go to like a Kanban view, I can go to progress, and then there'd be like my to-do in progress done. And this would also be similar to like Trello, for example. Trello falls under the same thing though issue for me, where there just wasn't enough organization for me. So you can click on here and get all of these options to you so that you can go and change them as well. One that I use often is also open issues. So all has everything, whether it's been done or not. Open is just to do in progress. And then what I'll do in here, and what makes it really quick and easy for me, is I'll filter. So it is not done. But if I'm looking for what I'm doing on the next release, like what's the next steps I need to take, then I can say also, let's add another filter where release is the release that I'm working on, so 2021.1. And so here's all the stuff that I still need to do for that release. And it just makes it a bit easy. I can go into my filter then and delete the filter, and we're back at the normal spot like it was before. It just makes it really easy, really quick to get things filtered out, figure out what I'm going to work on next, that kind of stuff. So I said I would walk through how I kind of created this. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to add a new page here. So I'll just hit add page, issue tracker 2. And we will add a table right off the bat. So what you get when you add a whole table is you get your name, your tags, and then you can add as many columns as you want. So I take this tag, I make the first tag progress. Because I know the next thing I'm going to want is my Kanban board. And then, and by default, these are set to multi-select. So instead of multi-select, I just choose select. You can only be in one state at a time to do in progress, done. And then also I like a reopen. That way, if I need to go back and look at it again. Like I said, I like to go to GitHub issues, but you don't have to have a GitHub issue. But that's just something I like. So number, issue number. And then what's cool is if you're on a team, because like I said, this was really built for teams at the beginning of its life. So if you're on a team, you can also do the created by and then the last edited by. That way, if you're on a team, you can see who last made a comment and whatnot on it. I'm gonna go ahead and delete those. I don't work on a team usually with Notion just because I don't have other people that work with me on the apps. Right now at least. And then you can start adding whatever else you want. So like if you want end by dates, like finish by, you can put those type of dates in here and all that good stuff. It's pretty nifty. And once you start doing this, then you can also change your views. There's also a timeline view if you need to do like that sprint work to figure out when stuff starts, when stuff stops, calendar views, all that kind of jazz lives inside this database, which is pretty nifty. I've really taken into like the database work on Notion a lot, and it's been really nice. So once you're inside issue tracking, I don't use the calendar views just because I don't like putting myself on that schedule because I never know how long a task is actually going to take, and it's a pet project, so it's fine. What's also nifty inside inside your issues is you can open and then go and actually add notes inside the issues as well. So I have a bunch of checkboxes with tasks I need to get done here and all that kind of stuff. You can add comments. So maybe you didn't want to put stuff down here. You can just add comments to the page as well. And then what's also really nice is if I have this release notes section, this release notes doc right here is the same one that I had in this iHog 4. So if that little arrow is saying that it links to the original page, which is this one right here. And then I can just easily get all of my work here from bugs and then features and enhancements and just put it in here. And I don't really have to do anything besides at the bottom here, I hit this little plus button. And then I can go in and say, hey, I need a table. And it gives me a new table, or you can say database/database. And there should be an option for create a linked database, and you can go and find all the databases that you need, that you have inside your workspaces, so you can cross and work that way. So with me going over like my issue tracker, that also showed how I use sort and filters. But let's just go and talk about that just one more time. So sorts and filters, like I said, I use a lot to quickly see what's next on my docket. So on filter, right now, this is just my open issue. So we just see all the progresses that are not done. I can then create a group. So instead of having to do it over and over and over again, a group just is for organization in case you need to keep going down. So we want progress. We want to change this to, let's just do release like I did before is 2021.1. I'm still trying to get this to beta. So we're going to add one more and say where priority is a beta blocker. And now we can see the next two things that I really need to get done in order to go to beta. And it just makes it really easy to use this filter, these filter options. I can then, instead of having to delete each individually because I put this in a group, I can just hit remove and we'll go back to the normal open issues. If I go to all, right now I have them sorted numerically. I can also go and sort by, latest added, just because of that number. That's also another reason I like having the number there. Also, sometimes I like to sort by priority. That way I can just quickly see what all my, you have to be careful with sorts though. That way I can quickly see what all my release blockers are, beta blockers, medium, just right there, right in there. So sorting, filtering, it's super nice, super handy, just with all that you can do on that one view. Cool. Awesome. And that's really all I wanted to cover over Notion. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more, make sure to like it. If you have any feedback, leave a comment. I'm always open to any type of feedback or thoughts about Notion. I think it's a really cool tool. I really think it's going to continue to grow. They're starting to, I think they're working on an API. I don't know any details on the API, but I really hope it'll allow me to not have to double enter info into GitHub and Notion to where I can sync the two. But we'll see about that. But if you have any tips or tricks about Notion, make sure to leave a comment so that I can check it out and we can all share tips and tricks about Notion. Remember to hit subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. I do live coding sessions every Tuesday and Thursday at 6:45 a.m. CST on my Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/MeganWilson_. And you can also check out my Instagram at parttimedeveloper_ to see work in progress shots of my app. And some other thoughts on tech, dev, Notion, all that good stuff. And I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.